Thank you for joining. Once you join, please let's share, bring everybody on board. This is a special show for Ground Zero. I know it's about 3 a.m. in some places in the United States, but of course it's daybreak already in the UK and other places. So we thank you for uh, you know for joining. So let's build a platform. We are going to kickstart as soon as we have at least 500 persons. We know the time is very early in some places, late in other places, but we are okay, and that's why we consider this a very special show, especially for those who are on ground zero. And so we are thinking particularly of all of you who have taken your time off to be with us this very early morning, especially knowing the situation. We also do this show to keep Ambazonians at home on ground zero, and for every one of you to understand the necessity of this our battle for independence. And of course, uh, we are going to tell you that it's not going to be easy in Biya today, and that one is a fact. And so we are already getting reports of heavy gunshots in Biya now. We have, every person's on every street of southern Cameroons ensuring that they do their little. So elections is already null and void in Ambazonia, because there can be no elections when there is a gunshot. We're already reporting gunshots in Bamenda, and as I speak, gunshots are ongoing in Bomaka, Biya, today the 7th of October 2017. So kudos to Ambazonian fighters who are not relenting. And so it's a clear sign that if we consider Biya a federal capital and we are getting gunshots now as I speak, it means the battle is over for Mr. Biya being Bondo, the criminal president of La République du Cameroon. So gunshots are ongoing in Bomaka, in Biya, on Elections Day. And this is a moment for Ambazonians to all declare and certify themselves as rebels of the state. Officially declaring yourself a rebel gives the Republic of Cameroon the most needed space for them to begin to design other names. As you have all heard, a lot of people are already speculating the arrest of some people they consider as sponsors of rebels in La République du Cameroon, or in Ambazonia, if you like. But I have good news for them, and to tell them that while you are claiming that they are going to be arresting people sponsoring rebels, these same people are declaring themselves officially as rebels of the state. And we will not relent, because this is a just war. You've just watched the interview on DW, the German channel, and it is very clear about what is going to happen in Ambazonia. Just as I'm reporting to you, I'm giving you first-hand information on what is going on as I speak in Bomaka, in Biya, where we are getting serious reports of gunshots. I think it is already a standard procedure that elections cannot be considered valid when there are gunshots in that particular part of the country. And so we are clear, and get it for me, that gunshots are ongoing in Bomaka. And the reason why we are online at this moment, at this minute, this hour of the day in the United States, we said we're going to set our alarm clocks. We're not going to sleep, and we want to ensure that we do a special show on this 7th of October to tell the Ambazonian people why we must not vote, why we must have gunshots in every part of Ambazonia on this day, and why the elections are null and void, and why we must fight till the end of this war of independence. Thank you very much. Good morning everywhere, fellow Ambazonians. Once you join, you share extensively. This show is exclusively on empowering Ground Zero and talking basically about the boycott of elections, and to congratulate the boys who have put their lives on the line, especially those who have just entered Biya now and are firing at around Bomaka. So we are grateful that the people of Ambazonia are already sending a very powerful message to the colonial regime in Yaoundé to tell them that we are gone and gone for good. That is the spirit, and that is exactly what is going to be happening. And across the national territory, you will begin to hear gunshots in Kumba, in Biya, in other places. And don't be surprised that you hear gunshots in Douala and in Yaoundé, and even in Bafoussam and in Maroua, because the spirit is that it's a revolution, and those who do not understand, who are scared that, oh, America will arrest you because you are preaching against the nefarious and criminal regime of Mr. Biya, you have to think twice. And today we are saying that Eric Tataw is saying that he is a rebel. I am a rebel from Ambazonia, and I officially take that title with no fight. Mr. Biya can go to hell for all I care. There's going to be no elections in Ambazonia, and there are already signs and symptoms. It's clear that there is no election, and we are already having gunshots in Bamenda, the capital of the Northwest, and now we are having gunshots in Biya. So the deal is sealed, and that is exactly what we wanted to hear. And we are happy that the two major towns, the two capitals of the two regions or zones in Ambazonia already have gunshots, and that is done, deal sealed. So any other place that will be having gunshots is only coming as primary, as secondary. But the major places where we expected gunshots, we're already getting them, and that is a clear sign of victory, a show of pure victory, and there is nobody who can change that. So ladies and gentlemen, please, if you join, you share extensively, and let's have everybody on board. So we'll start as soon as we have at least 500 persons. We're happy that, some people are just joining us now, and many more are going to join. So please, let's hit on the share button once you join. Thank you once more, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the spirit, keep it on, and let's understand that this is a fight for our independence, and there is nobody that's going to stop us as we speak. There are serious gunshots in Bumaka, in Biya. We are happy that the restoration forces are responding just on time. Thank you, Nelson Ochemba, watching all the way from Los Angeles. Thank you. We need everybody who's coming on to share, and then we'll get on the show as soon as we have at least quite a reasonable view. Thank you, those of you who are not sleeping here in the U.S. who are up monitoring the situation. It is a special day for the Ambazonian people, and we could not have slept knowing the situation we have at hand. And of course, it is a great thing to understand the commitment of all Ambazonians, especially in trying to ensure that they fight for the liberation of homeland. So it's your responsibility, while you're watching from any part of Europe, any part of the Americans, any part in Africa, and especially in Ambazonia. Please, when you join us, you share extensively so that we're going to pass this message across. Thank you once more. Thank you. Let's get it on. And of course, we might probably open the lines today for people to call from Ground Zero. We might not. It depends on the situation. So we want to keep you, awake and to assure you of the reasons why you have to fight till the end of the road. Because this battle is not a battle for you to stay in your shields, for you to get scared, to think that, oh, I am going to be locked up, oh, I'm going to be killed. You have already listened to the interview of very brave fighters, who spoke to a German television and who said it the way they are supposed to say it, and who gave you reasons why you have to fight to the end. This war, of course, it is not a war that we're going to be romancing. It is a war that we have to put our power, our strength, everything we have, as though our lives depend on it. And of course, our lives depend on it, because without victory, we are done and dusted and probably trashed. So we have to remain very committed, fighting this war as a team, and understanding the importance of the strength that unity will have on the people of Ambazonia. Of course, a lot of people will differ in terms of approach, and that is not going to change the fact that we have one major goal: to liberate Ambazonia. Thank you very much for joining. Keep joining. Keep coming on. Once you come on, you share, so that we're going to have everybody watching this show today. And of course, it's a special show for the people of Ambazonia. Thank you. Somebody's already saying that stay indoor. Ignatius is warning everybody stay indoor. Of course, we thank everybody who is watching. Bisong, thank you so much. We keep on praying for each other and hoping that Ambazonia remains a completely free territory, and that is exactly what we're praying for, and that's what we hope to see. Now, we have had information about Minister Mengot and all of those people in Manu who were sleeping last night at the SDO's office. And for those of you who don't know, yesterday still, a certain village in Manu, in Ermojok subdivision known as Mfuni, was burned down. Part of Mfuni was burned down or has been burned down. And then they also just recently removed 4 people from the cell in Manu, from the gendarmerie cell in Manu, and shot them, including one popular guy called Ako Giant. Just on election, before elections day, one of our brothers was shot dead. Mentally, impaired man known as Motaman. That's how it's properly called. Motaman was shot and killed, and the corpse was abandoned at the Mamfi runabout in the popular place known as Mami Carrefour. That corpse was only removed on the day that campaigns were launched in Manu, where 28 people came to attend. Mr. Mengot came, Tabetandu, and the corpse was removed by gendarmes because the mayor of Mamfi refused to remove that corpse. Just on that same period, during that same period, when they were launching elections, a man and his 2 children were pulled out of their house in Batrontai, a neighboring town to Mamfi, but see, of course, under Mamfi Central Subdivision in Manu Division. A man was pulled out with his 2 children, shot and killed, including the coach of Batrontai known as Donga. He was also shot and killed. Now, a lot of things have been happening in Manu. And what baffles me is that why they kill people, Minister Mengot and Tabetandu comes to Manu, sleeps in the SDO's residence, and then they intend now, because nobody is going to vote in Manu. Nobody is going to vote, like in other parts of Ambazonia. So we have information that Minister Mengot and Senator Tabetandu, they have arranged for military men, about 300 to 500 who are going to vote. So you will see 100% in most places in Ambazonia. It doesn't mean that we have voted, because that is already a done deal. Mr. Biya, everything is arranged for Mr. Biya to win. Even the opposition that are coming together on the 6th, they came together on the 6th, that's on the eve of elections, to do what? To form a coalition, to tell the world we have taken. I cannot share those kind of things because I know the trick of Mr. Biya, all the Maurice Kamtu, the Akere Muna, all the Joshua Seas, and the rest. Those are political thieves. Those are political criminals. Those are manipulators. I cannot share those kind of things until some people are happy that, there is news, there is a force of coalition. Joshua C, Maurice Kamtu, and the rest, they have come together as a team. Who came together as a team? That's what I'm asking you. People have come to validate Mr. Biya. They have come to show the world that Mr. Biya is already, there is elections, there is coalition in Cameroon, and we have come together as political parties, and Mr. Biya is still going to win. When Mr. Biya wins, when we have reported that, political parties came together, what is the interest of an Ambazonia thinking about whether Maurice Kamtu came together with Akere Muna? Any politician who is true to the people, listen, the first vote or the first presidential declaration of any politician in La République du Cameroon who thinks that Ambazonians matter would have said, we are not going for this election until the issue in southern Cameroon is solved. That is where you know a true politician, a true parliamentarian like Wiba Joseph, who said that I will not continue in that parliament until the matters concerning my people are looked into. That is what we call a true politician. It is not some kangaroo politicians like the Maurice Kamtus, the Kawalags, and all those people who go about in other parts of a country. They claim they want to be president, campaigning, why the other parts, the military is burning houses. The coalition should have come in force to regulate the nefarious and genocidal acts of Mr. Biya. They would have said, we of the opposition, we are stepping down. We are boycotting these elections because they are killing people in southern Cameroon and want to save the lives of other citizens of this country. If they claim we are a part of them, their lives matter. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, don't be fooled. The elections in La République du Cameroon is already arranged, even with the opposition parties. They already know they have taken their monies, they have eaten their monies, they are going to build their new houses, buy their big cars, because A2D has given them enough money. And they are playing political camouflage on social media, gathering crowds, and you are happy that, Biya is gone. Biya is not gone. Biya is not gone. So that is the message I have for Ambazonians this morning. What were you expecting? That Mr. Biya is going to lose? No. Biya will never ever lose an election in Cameroon. Biya will only retire as the monarch of La République du Cameroon. How does this affect us? This is the big question. Let me be clear with anyone. Let me be clear with each and every one of us that the elections and the coalition of the political parties, be it the Munas, the whosoever, the OCs, the Kamtus, the Kawalak, even all of them were to come together. It is not our business. That's the first thing that I want Ambazonians to understand. Don't get excited about, listen, even if Akere becomes president of Cameroon today, where Ambazonia is still part of it, as literally as they claim, Akere will not divide, will not give us independence. That's the first thing. Our independence is not a function of who becomes president of La République du Cameroon. Our independence remains a matter of our collective fight, of our sacrifices. There is nobody who is going to. So, Ambazonians, the first thing is that boycott. That's the first thing. So do not think that because Akere and the rest, they are coming together at the 90th minute or at the 12th hour, it means that they are going to win Mr. Biya. It is not. It is a form of distracting us. And I'm happy that our boys, please, everybody who is writing news, put it on your wall that there is gunshot in Bomaka now. I'm speaking, but I'm telling you that there's gunshot in Bomaka because I know that they are shooting there. It's a fact. That one is not, you hear, you see it on social media. People write from Boya that gunshot Boya is locked down because that is how it is going to be. Yesterday I was discussing with Ashu Kingsley and I said I'm going to come live at exactly about this time. It is clear that Bomaka is locked down and that is the spirit of Ambazonians. Let us be very clear that, listen, let me tell you this. I am not scared to tell the world that I knew that there was going to be gunshot because I'm a certified rebel for Ambazonia. So all of you have to take that responsibility. Declare yourself as rebels. A rebel is somebody who is fighting a just cause. We are not terrorists. And so do not get frightened by a useless coalition where political thieves have come together and they think that we are going to be moved by the fact that they have come together. No. So Ambazonians, stay focused. Stay very focused. Because this whole thing about election is a distraction in our revolution, in our war of independence. Let me tell you something. Biya is going to win. And when Biya wins, we should be ready that Biya is going to be nastier than you ever imagined. But let me tell you, Biya's victory is the first major win in our war of independence. That's what I want to tell you because I don't want nobody to win. I don't want nobody to win because they can never win. They will never win. And so even if they win, they will never give you independence. Put that one in your head. That your independence as Southern Cameroonian is not dependent upon who wins elections in Cameroon. Because we are not Cameroonians. We are Ambazonians. So that is a clear fact. So that one should first of all be in your heads. That we are not depending on Maurice Kamto to come together with Akere Muna or for Joshua C, Kawalak, and all those political parties who are calling themselves mushroom opposition political parties. We are not. Listen, let me tell you something. If you say Maurice Kamto, people are happy that the people have come together. Where did they campaign? In Manu, my hometown, in their own place in a nursing home chamber. Did they come to Momo? Did you see them in Guy? Is that how political parties campaign? Even Muna, who is from La République, from Ambazonia, who went to Kembong at the time with a bike. Have you seen Muna during elections going to Kembong or Manfe? Did you see Muna in Manfe? So what are you telling me about coalition? Who cares about people who have taken their monies? They're only interested and you are dying and you are there thinking that, oh, they have come together, they are going to win Biya. Nobody is going to win Biya. Only you, Ambazonians, only us were going to win Biya. So we do not need anybody to tell us about who is coming together as a political party. So it's a wake-up call. And now, gunshots are ongoing in Bomaka. I'll keep repeating. So that by the time you finish this live show, you understand what Eric Tataw is saying. It is a clear fact that our independence is already there. It is a clear fact and nobody is going to take that away from us. Quote me anywhere. That is a fact. Now, let me say this. A lot of people would want to imagine that why is this man, after all these issues, saying that he's a rebel for Ambazonia? Open your dictionary, look up the word rebel, and then you come back and agree with me that even America, this country that fought the American War of Independence with 13 colonies, against the British. They fought that war for 8 years, 4 months, and only defeated the British at a battle known as the Siege of Yorktown. We Ambazonians will defeat La République in the Siege of Biya. We will defeat La République. Don't be frightened. Don't be scared, because this is part of the war. A lot of people ask me, oh, Brother Eric, we have been in this fight for all this while. We have been for 4 years. We have been protesting. We have marched here. We have gone there. And then nothing seems to be happening. Why is all this country silent? Ask yourself that today, if those of you who live in America, America has 50 states from just 13 colonies. Where were the other countries when America was fighting for 8.5 years? You have to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight again. That is how you have to fight as Amazonians. So do not get scared. Do not get worried. Do not get worried. Do not say, oh, what's going on? How am I going to win this fight? Are we going to succeed? They have already killed 8,000 people. Don't bother. Listen, go to places in America. There are cemeteries where they have buried legends, icons who fought in the American War of Independence. There is a hall known as the Hall of the Daughters of Democracy or Independence. It is here all over America. People see all those things. In Europe, in other places, you see halls and names of streets named after freedom fighters. Let me tell you something. Every human being who is born is going to die. And it doesn't matter how you die. What matters is what you died for. I am ready. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen today. I'm not scared to go to jail because I'm saying that we should make sure that we destroy La République. I'm not scared because this is war. Mr. Biya did not declare war in his room. He came on TV and declared war when he just came from an aircraft, said that he has declared war. On his declared war first in my county. So I first of all had the responsibility to defend my because that is the first place where war was declared before it spread to other places in Ambazonia. Let me tell you something. Those of you who don't know, some people say, oh, we are destroying this. It is our responsibility to destroy anything, whether in Ambazonia or La République, that is going to give Mr. Biya the power to come and massacre our people. After independence, there's what we call post-war reconstruction. Means after the war, it happens in any place. All places it happens. So do not say that, oh, why are they doing this? Why are they bringing this down? I'm saying it very clearly. Let the American government, people say that, oh, a judge in America, they have removed papers how a judge is going to start on Monday, start trying us. I'm doing this on the eve of Monday, which is elections in Cameroon. I'm endorsing the fact that no elections can be in Ambazonia, and I'm taking responsibility that whatever is going to happen in Ambazonia, we are not scared to stand that, yes, we're defending homeland. It is this America fought, and they have a second amendment to their constitution saying that you have the right to own guns. And all you saw those fighters, they were talking on DW that they have them gun. It is your right to own a gun and to defend yourselves. It's your right to disrupt elections in a land where they are killing your people. Nobody is going to put you in no jail. I am standing. Say, listen, let me tell you something. Listen. If Eric Tataw or Nelson Uchemba or anybody who speaks, who writes on this Ambazonian stuff and you're in the US, they know you. They even your Facebook page that you do, they know where they can get you. FBI knows everything. They follow everything. So do not be scared. We are not scared. We are not scared. It is just a small kind of technique, a gambit by La République. You can. If we stop talking, you people will give up. But we have to keep talking. Let me tell you something. If they come and take me today in my house, put me handcuffed and take me to jail, I will still be talking from jail. I will still do audios in an American jail and send it out. I'm not scared to go to jail for this movement. I'm not scared. You know what? If some activists are beginning to chicken out, if you stop talking, you still go to jail. So my people, Ambazonians, let me tell you, we have already gone past the stage where we are afraid of death. We are afraid of jail. We are afraid of who is going to court. We are not scared. If they are going to judge Biya and judge us that we did this, we are not scared. We are not scared. Because before you come to listen, the fighter said on DW that just like a fighter, that's what I tell for a lot of my live shows, that I've already programmed the mind of my family. That forget about me. I'm done. I'm done, because this fight is not a fight where you begin to think that, oh, what will happen if they jail you? Listen, we are finished because we have to finish this fight. If we don't finish this fight, we are completely finished. Let me tell you people something. So Gang Zero, take note. You have to disrupt every place. Every ballot box is your right. It's one of the ways to protest. Elections cannot hold. You go to the White House, Americans protest against Brett Kavanaugh, the man that Donald Trump has picked as a Supreme Court judge. So you have the right by any means possible to demonstrate. You know, when all these white people, they write that, oh, they don't want violence. Which kind of election? How the only right about elections, they should write and tell us that Biya, go to Biya in Yaoundé. I'm talking to the British, to the French, to everybody who is involved, who is writing shit from their small holes in their countries, that go to Yaoundé, use your power as a welfare, ask Mr. Biya to release Sissoko. Ask Mr. Biya to withdraw his troops in southern Cameroon. We cannot stand there killing people, and some of you come and say that, oh, Eric, be careful. Listen, I know all the things that the Republic is planning, even things that other ambassadors are planning against us. Some people who are ambassadors, they still go and report us to the FBI. They report us to the Homeland Security here in America. They take our videos there. The people who take our videos with fake profiles, they still report us to Facebook. But it's not going to deter us. It's not going to stop us to fight, because we know that this war is a war that we must win. If we don't win, we are finished. And I'm happy that, listen, let me tell you something. Everybody who is an ambassador, 98% is in favor of our independence. The 2% are those political thieves in Yaoundé who have stolen money, who have ministerial positions, or who have their brothers in key and strategic positions. They have to protect all those positions, so they think that we as ambassadors, we should not exist. So they want power to remain in the hands of the few criminals, and we will not accept. So ambassadors, take note and take very special note that elections is not business in southern Cameroon, and that one should be a clear fact. It should be a very clear fact, and we will not succumb to that kind of mistake where people think that, oh, because there is no elections in Ambazonia, or there is elections in Ambazonia, it means that Mr. Biya has won. I will still tell you tomorrow that we are not depending our fight for independence on only elections. But thank God the boys are already in Biya, and Bumaka is hot, and so the entire Biya is shut down. Who can go and vote when they are gunshots? The same thing in Bamenda in hospital rang about. Nobody can go and vote. So we want the international community to know that on the day of elections gone, where we had gunshots in Bamenda and Biya, the two capitals of the two Anglophone regions. And so elections is destroyed. It's null and void. Nobody can say that, oh, there was elections in Ambazonia. Which elections? In which Ambazonia? When they were shooting guns in Biya and in Bamenda. So that fact, I think that we are done with that fact about elections. It is not a business to discuss anymore. Now, get this straight. Let me tell you your contribution as ambassadors. You will be scared. Some people are scared to show their faces, which to me is very normal, because everybody cannot come and put their faces out here the way we do. It's a normal thing for you to ensure that you keep your identity and to do the good thing. We have one problem only with profiles who, fake profiles that will attack Southern Cameroonian activists who come on, and then but so long as you are a fake profile that attacks La République, you are good and you have my blessing 100%. But if you are a bad profile that's only fond of attacking activists and trying to bring divide when activists are speaking the truth, we will block you from this platform henceforth, because that fact has been announced and we are not going back to it. So ambassadors, you have the responsibility when you join a live show like this, only punch on share. Make sure that everybody gets it. Make sure that Ground Zero gets this message, because what remains necessary is the fact that, just a minute. Thank you. Keep sharing as you join. All those who are joining. Let's keep sharing. I'm just trying to pin this gunshot in Bumaka on the National Telegraph page. Okay, so like I was saying, these are things that cannot change. The independence of a country. For a lot of people who do not know, we sometimes we feel like many people, let me put it this way, many people have sometimes feel like, oh, they think that this fight will end. But every day, as one day passes and another day comes, and they see the motivation that those who are on ground zero who use only 10 guns, they see the power, the motivation that some of these people use. What do they say? They say, no, we cannot give up. So I am giving you a message of hope to let all of you on ground zero know one thing, that the Americans, today we are in the United States, some of us are here, we're enjoying the good roads, the good hospitals, you can give birth to a child free, insurance will cover, everything is easy, you just have everything happening, you go to work, you get paid on time, nobody jokes with your check, everything happens well in this country for those who work hard. Let me be clear with you, this country fought for 8.5 years, 8 years, 4 months, to establish this American that we today some people enjoy. So Ambazonia is only fighting for 2 years. 2 years. Just let me even say 1 year, although it has been going on for 3 years, because we just celebrated first anniversary of October 1, when Siseko actually, summarily, literally declared the restoration of our independence. Excuse me. It means that we are yet to get to that level where America even fought for 8 years as 13 colonies. Look at the symbolism of America and Ambazonia. All countries starting with AM, America, Ambazonia. Now, listen very attentively. Those of you who don't understand the way God has blessed our country. You see, we as Ambazonia, we start with A as America, go with M as America, and then end with A as America. It's not a joke. And then we are starting this battle with what? With 13 counties. The same how America started with 13 colonies. America fought for 8.5 years, or 8 years, 4 months, and won a British army in the battle, what they call the Siege of Yorktown. And today, America has 50 states. Ambazonia, don't get scared. Don't get scared. Elections is not an issue where you're going to worry yourself about. But so long as our boys are already shooting and ensuring that Biya is hot, Bamenda is hot, it's already done deal. If you have relatives in Bomaka, call them, they'll tell you that they are shooting them now as I'm talking. And so that is the spirit of the revolution. That is just to tell the occupier that Ambazonians are gone. And let me tell you very clearly, for those of you who have come from Yaoundé, those of you who have come to patronize the criminal man, the regime dictator, Mr. Biya, we want to tell you, especially those of you in Manu Mengot, Tabetando, and the rest of you who have come to patronize the thief, why they have killed their people in Manu. Recently, they were burning villages in Mfuni, burning villages in other parts of Bisongabang and other parts of Manu and other parts of Ambazonia. They killed people, removed people from the cell like Akko Giant and shot them and killed them. Killed a man and his child or children in Bachontai, where Tabetando is chief, and you have still come to patronize the enemy. Please, when you come and you finish your elections, where you want to go carry anything that you have in Manu or in Ambazonia on your head and go and keep it in Yaoundé. Let me tell you very clearly, take everything that you have in Manu. Listen, Tabetando is in Manu, sleeping in the SGO's residence. Now they are up, they want to organize. Let them show us how they used to show us, images. Elections is supposed to be free and fair. We have pictures. Now they're even banning phones and making sure that nobody goes for voting with phones, because they know that only military men are going to vote. Let us be clear. You see pictures will leak, or military men themselves will take pictures and send it out there. You see, everywhere they catch people, you jail people, you force them to go and vote, you remove some and kill. So I want to say that when you come, all the Tanganjipos, Tabetandos, the Mengots, the Mbelamokis, the Ekemas, all those political thieves from Yaoundé, when you come to Ambazonia, when you finish your magu, your political game and rigmarolling, please carry your things on your head, from your house to your relatives, take them to Yaoundé. Please, listen, this is not a threat. It is a promise. For me, I've said it several times. I'm not afraid to go to jail, because these things that I'm saying, I know that they are taking account. And that's why I'm doing it live on Facebook. I'm not scared. I'm never scared of what I say, because I take responsibility of the thing I said. Listen, my name is Eric Tataw. Quote me anywhere, anytime. If you doubt I'm the one doing this video, look at my face. Let me remove this cap. Maybe this cap will be confusing. I'm the one who is talking. And I'm saying it very clearly that if you come to Ambazonia and you come and you organize the fraudulent, criminal, and banned election with the use of the military, although our boys are already destabilizing other places, get ready to carry your stuffs on your head and go to Yaoundé. Restoration Forces, take note. Tabetando, I want you to trust us. Trust us that there is one thing that you must know, that your residence is a command and control post. And the United States knows what is done to an area that is a command and control post in time of war. So you only have to carry it on your head and go back to your own with. Because after elections, when you have come and change the figures with the military, change the figures with the LECAM, be ready to go you back to Yaoundé with your things, your house, or your houses, your dresses, your relatives, your family members. Listen, this issue, let me tell you something. This issue is no longer a joke. And for those who don't know, I've told you that America fought for 8.5 years, 8 years, 4 months for us to have this America. So Ambazonia, don't be scared. Don't get worried. Did America have the same military strength as the British? No, they did not. But they won the fight because each time you are fighting to liberate yourself, every slave, everybody who is fighting for liberation, God always gives them an extra strength. Look at the case of the Israelites in Egypt. Look at other cases of liberation. Look at how big Ethiopia was and is, but Eritrea finally succeeded in their war of independence. There is no man born of a woman that can stop the truth, that can stop justice, that can stop a separation, a liberation of a people who are just and honest in their cause. So, Ambazonians, take note that as you go today on the streets, I'm talking about fighters who go today on the street with 10 guns or whatever kind of guns to defend homeland, to make sure that they spill some bullets and trail the air with enough gunshots. Remember one thing, even though you shoot at this moment, that elections is not a function of our independence. It is not a function. It is not a function of our independence. And Grand Zero must take note that you have already won the battle. And that is why no duo could be installed in Alo. No duo could be installed in Manu, in Upper Bayan. Duos could not be installed in any part of Ambazonia. Duos boycotted installation. So who is monitoring election in Ambazonia? You bring a duo who has no power, who has not been given office by another duo. You come and put them through. So listen, there are signs. There are signs. The handwriting is clearly written on the wall to tell people that Ambazonia is free. It is a clear sign of victory. And there is no way you can be scared knowing that our people have liberated themselves. Look at what happened on October 1. People came out en masse, even in Kwakwa, that has been disseminated. People still came out to tell the world that we are a free people. It was never, who tells you that it was never going to be easy? Whoever told you that, know that it is going to be rougher in the days ahead. But one thing, always remember, 1st of October, how people, even in Kwakwa, that has been destroyed, they still came out to show solidarity for the declaration done by Siseko, His Excellency Siseko Ayok Tabe Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, there is good news ahead. And you will hear, we will not be saying everything at the time. But let me tell you one thing, that La Republic cannot win this fight because we have already won. So your determination, your spirit, your motivation, what you believe in, if you believe in independence, like the fighter who was showing a bullet, I know that guy, I know him. You know, he's a son of Manu, a fighter who ran from the bushes, slept in hospitals, passed from walking on food, running on food to Nigeria with a wound across his thorax, his chest. Goodness me. And you tell me that this fight is an ordinary fight. No, it is God. Listen, they have shot people. People have died. They even shot people only on the arm. They died. Small places they died. But that guy, with bullet passed through his thorax, passed through, and then he's still living. Because God wanted to use him as a testimony of the determination of the Ambazonian people. And let me tell you something. That interview done by DW is one of the best interviews. Those are children who have given their lives, and they have told you that we did not go to any training to be fighters. I did not go to any school to be an activist. I was not nominated to be an activist. It's an ordained role from God. So people should know that you take upon yourself to do this thing not because you were appointed, nominated. It's because God knows why He put you at a particular time. It's an appointed time for our revolution. And we are not scared to tell the world, to tell La Republic that yes, we are rebels. We are not scared. Everybody type there we are rebels because that is our legitimate, legal and international right to be a rebel, to rebel, to cause a rebellion against the government that is killing your people. That is the strength. Let me tell you something. Quote me anywhere. My name is Eric Tataw. Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear with you if you don't know. Listen, I'm a certified rebel from Ambazonia. And there's nothing La Republic can do. What will La Republic do? Let me tell you something. What will La Republic do? What can La Republic do? Say America to arrest me because I'm a rebel. No, America doesn't arrest rebels. Americans themselves are rebels. When they fought the America. Listen, if you classify who is a rebel, to you, so to some of them, a rebel would be like, I don't know if they don't read the dictionary, they don't understand English. Everybody who is rebelling against a government is a rebel. It comes from the word rebellion. Let me tell you something. Listen very, very carefully. You cannot fight a war of independence without being a rebel. No country has ever called us terrorists. Even our case has been heard in the United States Senate. In the Congress, they heard our case and they brought out the resolutions. America does not hold cases for terrorists, only for rebels. So type there, listen, after this October 7th, go to your war as a solidarity of our boys who are fighting on the ground, of the rebels of Southern Cameroons, the rebels of Ambazonia. Go to your war after this live show. Type there, I am a rebel. Listen, I am a rebel for Ambazonia, and nobody can change that fact. I am not afraid to be called a rebel. So the government of La Republic, Mr. Biya, when they come and do all those fake headlines, they begin to frighten us. There is no American judge that has jurisdiction to judge me as a rebel, as a freedom fighter. I'm saying this in America. No judge can judge me as a rebel. No one day, not in this country that I live. Let me tell them, let them know. So it is a pure sign of frustration for the Republic of Cameroon to think that they can frighten us. We are rebels of the revolution, and that is why our boys are down there. They have the right to own them guns. They have the right to defend themselves. They have the right to disrupt the election. And nobody. Let me tell you something. If I have to go to jail after this independence movement, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried. Let them interpret Gary the one who wants to interpret. Listen, if I stop talking now, what will happen? Will it change the videos that I've done the last 1 month, or the video that I did yesterday, or 2 days ago, or the one that I did two months ago? It will not change, no fact. They have those videos in the archive. So I have to listen. Eric Tataw is not going to turn down. Not me. I'm going to increase the fire. You know what? La Republic, I'm going to open the gas bottle. Open it totally to the end. Let La Republic know that, elections, first of all, it's already not on board because they're shooting in Bamenda and in Biya. So election is finished. So what we want to tell them now, let them know it's a fact that, listen, I am a rebel. Me, Eric Tataw. I am a rebel for Ambazonia. Don't be scared. So they say rebel, go and look up the meaning of rebel. And when they say you're a rebel, say yes. You are sponsoring rebels. Say yes, I'm sponsoring rebels. Yes, it is my right to sponsor rebels. Listen, America knows the history of Cameroon, of La Republic, more than we do. The ambassador to the United States ambassador to Yaoundé, to Etudi, already said it very clearly that the government of Mr. Biya is doing targeted killing. So the whole of America, including Donald Trump, they know that Mr. Biya is a genocidal actor. Mr. Biya is causing another Rwanda in Ambazonia. Those reports are there. You have seen British parliamentarians writing about the situation in Ambazonia. Forget about the politics that is being played in the UN. But the fact is clear that they already know. So if they come and say that you're a rebel, you begin to get scared, you get panic because they want to prick us on elections day, they are bringing coalition. Let me tell you something, I am a rebel. Everybody who's watching this live show, type, I am a rebel for Ambazonia. That is what you should do. Because the Cameroonian government, under the criminal and dictatorial Paul Biya Bimbondo, already knows that once they begin to break us with words, they're working on psychology. They don't have no hold in America. They cannot come and say nothing here. Biya has already been sued in the American federal court. He's the one that's going to come here, whosoever is going to come, whether he's the ambassador or who, that's going to come for hearing. I don't know. But as for us, Ambazonians, as for me, Eric Tataw, I am a rebel, a certified rebel. Yes, a certified own. I'm telling you that I'm a certified rebel. I'm not scared. So, Ambazonians, let me make you understand that small kind of, polemics that the government of La Republic is trying to fight. I'm not scared to go to jail. First of all, I want to go to an American jail. I'm not even worried about that, because if I go there, I'm still going to have freedom to still talk. That's the beauty of this country. So it is not because I'm here or I'll be in jail that will stop me from talking. I'm not scared of nothing. So long as this revolution is concerned, I give my life to the revolution. Just as the guy in the video gave his life, he said he has given his life because that is part of the spirit. And Ambazonians know that your life, listen, you are as dead as a dead man if you don't succeed. So your life in this revolution is the only sacrifice you can give for the 8 million people who have died. Type there, I am a rebel for Ambazonia. I am a rebel for Ambaland, like somebody just typed in. So remember to tell them that you are a rebel. If anybody tells you that, oh, Ambazoni, like those Francophone frogs, those criminals from Francophone, they will write. Tell them that, yes, I am a certified rebel. You are a rebel if you don't know. Because independence is the only option on the table. And there is no government who's going to give you independence by calling you sweet names. In war, I just told one of the mayors who was trying to write me. He said that the Manfe and other places in Cameroon, they have been destroyed by some of the things we preach. I told him that yes. I said yes. Because we are at war. War is not a romance. And in war, the messages are not supposed to be girlish. I'm not chatting a girl. I'm not wooing my wife. I'm fighting war. And the messages come out from my mouth during war. They are supposed to be warlike. So don't tell me that messages. What is messages? Biya came and said that he has declared war on Southern Cameroon. You are not holding Biya. You are holding Eric Tataw, or you are holding Mark Barretta, or you are holding other activists who are fighting for the liberation of the country. I am a rebel. That's what you should know. All Ambazonians are rebels. Everybody who is an Ambazonian, you are a certified rebel of the revolution. And there is nothing that's going to show. There's nothing that's going to change. So I give you courage. Those of you on Ground Zero, I give you the strength. I give you the inspiration to know that you are all certified rebels and you are fighting a just cause, and that there is nobody born of a woman that can take you, jail you in any court. So do not be afraid. If they are going to jail some of us who are talking on social media, if Eric Tataw or Mark Barretta or Chris Ano, if they can jail 5 of us and they save 10 million people, independent, we will be in jail and people will have our names on streets as memory. So our families will still be happy that, hey, look at Martin Luther King. Today, Martin Luther is everywhere in America. You cannot go anywhere that you will not see Martin Luther King Junior Highway. Is Martin Luther still living? No. Martin Luther is dead, but his name is still printed all over America, from New York to California to Washington, D.C. to Maryland to Virginia. Everywhere there's a kind of Martin Luther King Junior Highway. So that is the spirit. So you are a rebel, a certified rebel for Ambazonia. And there is nobody that can take that away from you. That is part and parcel of your title. As long as you have taken the then guns again. Listen, they call you rebels because they know the trouble that you give that country. So La Republic is going to be flattened. It's going to be completely destroyed because we are at war. They say that until they come, they are saying that don't go and attack government buildings. Those are control and command posts. And in war, any government building that is giving power, giving intelligence, we are supposed to bring it down. Listen, I'm not saying that. I use what did I say? I say bring it down. Quote me anywhere. I'm not scared to say it. And listen, let me tell you something. Listen very attentively. As they think that, see, Biya, I know what Biya is planning after elections, but Biya should plan better because Ambazonians will never chicken out. They will never chicken out. So after elections, be ready for the worst, but also know that Biya's win is the first major step to our independence. That is the point. Now, Ambazonians, those of you on Ground Zero, put it in your mind that today, Sunday, 7th of October, is a day that you got the first major win in terms of this independent fight. The desperation of La Republic in trying to maintain a dictator is already seen in the dying-minute coalition formed by Maurice Kamto, and they're trying to confuse us and the rest of the people. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. So we will not at any point, for no reason, at any time, any given time in this movement, get distracted about the goal. Our goal is Biya. And that's why our fighters are there. And we thank them very much for destabilizing Bamenda. And the international community is already aware that on the day of elections, gunshots were heard in Biya and in Bamenda. That is the strength. Ladies and gentlemen, we started this show at 3 o'clock. We are going to take a recess. And we'll continue because today is a special day. And it's a Sunday. I'm going to be here on social media, monitoring the situation on the ground and coming back and reporting to you. So we're going to have, it's not going to be a usual day. Just like my friend Mark Barretta was telling you yesterday, we are putting our energy to come on as many times as possible today on live shows to continuously update our people. Because this fight has already passed a stage where people will have to sit back and they're drawing their feet, thinking that, oh, what am I going to do? If I do this, what will happen? It is not an option. You are not considering option. You are just supposed to do it and damn the consequences. Listen, let me tell you something. Anything that you do for the movement, for the good of this movement, do not think about what will happen. The only thing you have to think about what will happen is what you do that is not for the good of this movement. But so long as you know that this live show or sharing this thing or doing this is going to foster us going to Biya, do not think about the consequences. because people have sacrificed more than you can imagine. People have done extreme sacrifices, and you want to begin to imagine that what exactly is going through the minds of all those boys who take them guns to go out there and start shooting in Biya, and start shooting in Bamenda, and start shooting in Kumba, and start shooting in this and that place. It is the spirit of the revolution that has possessed them. You will hear in Batibo, you will hear what will happen. You will hear, don't worry, you see, you already heard what happened in Lebialem. There is no election in Ambazonia. They will only come and steal votes and go. But one thing is certain, that elections did not hold in Ambazonia. Who voted? The refugees voted in Nigeria, or those who have gone to Douala. So how do you expect? The law does not allow people to vote out of their polling stations where you have your this thing. You cannot carry your this thing when you have not changed the location of your polling station. You go and vote there. It's not and void. So I want to thank the Pope of Ambazonia. We are going to end this live show now, and we'll come back much later when we know that everybody's up in the United States, in Europe, and everywhere. Thank you very much for the impressive view, and we're happy. Do not forget that Bomakai is hot, and keep typing. I am a rebel for Southern Cameroons. I am a rebel, a certified rebel for Ambazonia. I am a certified Ambazonian rebel. So that is the spirit, and that is exactly what you should think. We are not sleeping. We are up, making sure that we monitor the situation on the ground, and we are happy that it's already hot in Biya. So elections is actually banned in Ambazonia, and all what you know is that they are putting their efforts to only validate our move for independence. Thank you very much for already stealing the elections to declare Biya winner. Thank the Munas and the rest for validating Biya, legitimizing Biya. We already know all those tricks, but our people are committed on the goal, and that goal is Biya. God bless you. And once more, before I go, one very important thing. We want to pray that Ambazonians to stay focused. Ambazonians to stay focused, especially with what we heard in Mato, where we heard some facts that they said they killed 200 soldiers. We don't want to say anything on that yet because we have the facts in Mato. We're going to address that Mato issue after elections because we don't want to derail from the elections message. So know that there is some eclipse around the Mato declaration, which is not true. And after elections, we are going to talk about that because we need Ambazonians to stay focused. We don't need any distraction, especially during elections. Because I listened to one man on Gang Zero speak during the Yannick Shikot show, saying that people should up there, that there was a show that I was there, and I studied why I said, no, this man was talking a lot of sense. We didn't need to come and be talking other things when elections is ongoing. So the Mato issue is a kind of distraction on elections day, if of elections or 2 days to elections. We don't want to get that kind of distraction because we are glad for soldiers who have moved to Biya and who have gone to Bamenda. They are shooting, and those are the people that matter at this time. So we are supposed to be very focused, and we don't want people to come and tell us things that don't exist, things that are not true, only because people want to solidify positions and give themselves relevance in times of elections. I want to tell people, Ambazonians, that before I come to analyze issues about Mato, nowhere in Mato were 200 soldiers killed. So in essence, I'm saying that with due respect, Comrade Akwanga lied about the Mato situation, so we would not want to concentrate on it. We want to be sure that we are talking only about our revolution and about this campaign stuff, this election stuff. So we'll stay focused. We'll discuss about Mato maybe after the elections. And God bless you so much. I'll still come back live today. Let me just announce that's going to be a special show where I'll be making announcements from all the polling stations and who is winning and who is not winning. I'm going to be having those facts because I have people on the ground inside embedded who are going to be sending me reports, pictures from the process verbal on the elections place. So I'm going to be receiving those pictures soon, and I'm going to bring them out for Ambazonians to see what is going to happen and how Biya has already planted his people to ensure that they win. Military men are voting already, and so that fact is going to be made clearly here, and you're going to know that in fact, the Washington Post said that Cameroon has an election and the winner is already known. So Biya is already known to be the winner of the elections in Cameroon. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, stay very focused and do not forget that the independence of Southern Cameroon is not a matter of whether elections hold or not. We want to thank all our boys who are down there, who are fighting, and of course, who are ensuring that nobody goes contrary to the rules of the land. Once more, I want to say that the Mato story was a distraction, and we want to hold Comrade Akwanga and the rest who are probably doing all these things to distract us and doing declarations that are not true. Not 200 soldiers were killed in Mato. I was talking to people from Mato, and I have to say this because we have passed the stage of propaganda where people concentrate on elections and people are fighting in Biya and Bamenda. Some of our big brothers who are supposed to be doing this and encouraging them are only trying to steal the show and prove to be relevant, and how they burnt caterpillars in the BLM. We have seen the caterpillars. In Mator, we had 200 soldiers. We have not seen pictures of even 5 soldiers. So you cannot kill 200 soldiers and they run away and you destroy an armor car and a caterpillar. Until now, we have not seen any pictures on social media. We are not fools and we don't want to be distracted. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it after elections, because my primary focus today is ensuring that this election is disrupted. And I'm glad that our boys are already in Biya. They're shooting and Bamenda is already hot. Thank you once more. God bless you. I'll be back at here. It's already 4 a.m. I'll be back at 8 a.m. That's 4 hours from now, Washington DC time. I'll be back at 8 a.m. So 4 hours from this show, between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Tataw will be back on this same page to give you details about the situation. And of course, we are grateful that all of you are out there trying to follow up. So get ready. The boss star of the show, the big show, is at 8 a.m., which is going to be 8 a.m. will be like what time will it be? Ambazonian time. 8 will be for that will be 1. 8 should be about 1 p.m. Ambazonian time. That will be the perfect time to bring you statistics from some various polling stations. Thank you very much. God bless you and stay focused. Do not listen to fake news. Concentrate on the trophy. Like we have announced to you that there is shooting in Bomaka, you can verify that. We have announced to you that there is shooting in Bamenda. You can verify that. Anywhere that there is shooting, we are going to bring it to you. God bless you and thank you very much. Stay focused. The goal is Biya. Keep sending those messages and make sure none of your relatives go out there to vote. Thank you. See you at 8 a.m. Washington DC time, 1 p.m. Grand Zero time. At that time, we might open the phone lines for calls. God bless you and stay blessed. And of course, remember, no election in Ambazonia. Bye-bye.